It is Thanksgiving week, and Bill Parcells said all the time that the NFL season doesn't really begin until Thanksgiving hits, because that's where you know what you need to do to try and make the playoffs, to try and protect a playoff spot that you've already worked so hard to earn for yourself right now in terms of positioning. You need to know what's going on. And then, of course, the weather gets colder and the rubber meets the road and a lot of desperation hits and you got to dig deep and all that. And it's time to take a look at our snapshot of the National Football League entering week dozen in this now 18-week-long league for a regular season. And what we see is an NFC that's top-heavy. And last year, we saw an NFC with the Eagles and the Niners and the Cowboys resting at the top last year as Tom Brady was in his final throes with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we were all wondering, is it possible for Brady to catch fire with the Bucs in the same way that he did the first time with the Bucs when they were at 500, losing on Thanksgiving weekend to the Kansas City Chiefs, and then turning around, not losing the rest of the year and beating those same Chiefs in the Super Bowl? And the answer to that was no. That did not happen. And the Vikings, we were wondering, can the Vikings take their shocking NFC North win and make some hay with it? The answer turned out to be no. Daniel Jones beat them. That actually happened last year. A lot of people can't believe the Giants were a playoff winning team last year and forgot the Cowboys were a playoff winning team last year. And so it's kind of the same situation that you have right now, with the exception of remove the Vikings and insert your current 2-seed Detroit Lions. Yep, the Lions shocked everybody in that first game against the Kansas City Chiefs, and then the question was, what would they do with it? How does winning 7 of their next 9 sound to you after that? They're 8-2. First time they're entering a Thanksgiving week with 8 wins since their last playoff winning season of 1991. If you missed Barry Sanders on yesterday's show, it's on our YouTube feed and also the Roku channel, Rich Eisen Show collection page. The Seahawks are there again, and so are the Cowboys again, sitting in the wild card spots, hoping to win a division that they eventually did not win last year. And there are the Vikings again. There are the Vikings again, with the NFC South being a total wide open race, just like last year, with the exception of the Saints now in the division leading spot, with 2 other teams just a full game behind them at 4-6, including the Buccaneers. We have the Commanders sniffing it, but they're might be sniffing a 4-8 record as they go into Dallas and Thanksgiving. And that's your situation again. It's the Eagles sitting at the top, with the Niners going to go visit the Eagles in a couple of Sundays. That'll be an important contest. The Lions wind up playing the Cowboys later on this season. The Vikings and the Lions have 2 games left with each other. It's Josh Dobbs, who's the starting quarterback there. He's on Monday's program. And the Packers visit the Lions on Thanksgiving tomorrow. And again, it's kind of more of the same as last year, where you're wondering, is it possible for the Cowboys to win the division? We'll see when they face the Eagles in a couple of Sundays also. That is pretty big as well. So we'll see what happens when the Cowboys face the Eagles. Actually, just to be completely accurate, that game comes in Week 14, as the Dallas Cowboys will take on Seattle next week. Their next 2 games are on Thursdays. Same with Seattle, who takes on the Niners on Thanksgiving night. So, could have a total replay. Absolutely could have the 49ers and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game again, just like we're going to see in Philadelphia in Week 13. That's your NFC. I mean, who can come out of the sniffing it mosh pit to throw their hat in the ring? Would they be able to make it to the division round? Would they be able to even make it to the NFC Championship game and knock one of these 4 teams out that we've just mentioned? I got to be honest with you. Highly doubt it. Yeah, highly doubt it.
Doesn't look like it now.
I don't know who's going to catch fire and start winning games and make the playoffs and go in and win a playoff game on the road and then go into a divisional round and beat Philadelphia in Philly or beat San Francisco in San Francisco. Don't see it. Beat Detroit in Detroit. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.